Yo guys, what is up? It's your boy Rudy here. Welcome back to a brand new video. Today, my boys, I'm gonna be going over the huge Reaper nerf slash major buff. So anyways, it was kind of upsetting. A couple weeks ago, the devs decided to pretty much nerf us. But with the adjustments, it kind of helps us to slap the DPS we lost to somewhere almost bring it back. Like here's for example, right? Last season, this man smacked two. Don't pay attention to my time, by the way. Last season, this man smacked 2 minutes and 15 seconds, right? 2 minutes and 15 seconds. This season, this man smacked 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Like, how is this a huge nerf but major buff to where this man is smacking the same DPS he possibly almost can? So, anyways, the nerf that basically happened was pretty much we lost the ability to smack huge damage to our Retribution. Just by popping Retribution, you smack billions and billions of damage just by pressing one freaking button. That's all you have to do, and it comes back like every 5 seconds, dude. It comes back every 5 seconds, and when it was absolutely overpowered. Just be getting hit on purpose, boom, 2 or 3 billion damage. Now we lost 90% damage. We lost 90% damage on Retribution, and all it does, it just hits pretty much just 100 mil at this point. That's all it hit. It went from like 3 billion to 100 mil. So, let's talk about the adjustments, not the huge buff, right? The adjustment that basically happened, our burst went from it went from 11 seconds to basically 20 seconds. This is Shadow Reap, your burst. Basically gives you unlimited amounts of cooldown to Double Shear, Grim Strike, Phantom Strike, Whipsaw, Shooting Strike, and basically Cable Step and Death Survivors and Smite. All it does is just gives you unlimited amounts of cooldown, but our burst went from 11 seconds to 20 seconds, making it to where Reapers have the longest burst in the game. But then on top of that, whenever you activate Assassination, our assassination went from 8 seconds all the way up to 15 seconds, making it pretty much more longer to pretty much use. And then the last adjustments we basically gained was basically a huge buff to basically Shadow Burst, which pretty much it comes out a lot faster, as you can pretty much see. It pops out really quick and fast, and I think he did something else to it. Otherwise, that's basically all the adjustments that happened. Now I know what you're thinking, like, how is this a huge buff though? Like, you didn't basically gain no damage. Well, this is where it basically kicks in, right? Due to that, we have a longer assassination. You could destroy even more of your cooldown. Like here's for example, right? Reaper's cooldown used to be above 40%. But due to that, we have longer, right? We have longer assassination. You could destroy even more of your cooldown. Like, let's say this for example, right? If I was to remove my soul off, right? Look at this. My shorten is literally 10 seconds. I have a 10 seconds, right? You could legit go full superior attacks if you want to. You legit could go full superior attacks if you actually really wanted to. But here's the coolest part, right? You can either destroy, right? You can either destroy a 9% decreased cooldown and gain 12% damage, or you could do the second option. Destroy your 7.2 decreased cooldown and replace it with a fat PP 10% damage. That's what makes Reapers absolutely insane. It's all because we have a longer assassination that we could destroy even more of our cooldowns. Like, look, for example, I destroyed 7% cooldown, and I could basically stay into the assassination range because it lasts even freaking longer, which makes it absolutely insane. So pretty much, right, if you own every single cooldown in the game, which most is gonna have to end up having cooldown mounts and Blessing of Shakan, the new cooldown for Reapers is gonna be above 30%, pretty much 33%, right? So as you could basically saw, not only that all my damage is gonna gain 10%, but with the new burst, check this out. This is our burst. I swear, it looks way more cooler. It looks way much cooler when you're in the freaking dungeon. So more of the story is the major buff is having a longer assassination, and due to that you can raise even more cooldowns off to gain 10% damage. That's what makes the buff absolutely crazy. It's because having a longer assassination. So this is pretty much Aki, right? This is pretty much Aki. Let me tell you what this man did. He's one of the most greatest Reapers in the game. Yada yada yada. Instead of erasing 9.3% enrage off, instead of erasing like 7.2% decrease cooldown for a 9.3% enrage, he went with losing. He destroyed 9% cooldown to gain 12% damage. And I went with basically the opposite because I really don't want to destroy my 9% cooldown at all. So anyways, when me and Aki's basically doing a dungeon, right? When it comes to basically using Shadow Reaping, you're just like, Shadow Reaping does not require any amounts of cooldown, but your long burst does not require a freaking cooldown, because like when you use a Shadow Reaping, it gives you unlimited amounts of cooldown, which is absolutely insane. It's just not going to affect Shadow Burst, Dark Binding, or none of that junk. But you probably won't even feel it at all. When you're not in Shadow Reaping, you will feel a lot slower than you used to be, but you're gonna be feeling that 10% major boost damage. It is absolutely crazy. Like anything you do, you're just gonna be hitting 10% damage per day. It's like you won't even feel it until your Shadow Reap is basically over. You won't even notice yourself feeling slower until 20 seconds is pretty much up. But it's actually kind of worth it. More of the story is you just want to stay in the assassination range, and basically you sacrifice your cooldown to always stay in the assassination range. But this major buff that basically lets us use even more damage, it is actually kind of crazy. It is not better. It is not better than spamming Retribution for days, but it's actually kind of decent. It's actually kind of decent to where we could almost hit our same old DPS back.